Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Verge, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some intermediate to advanced building tips. Yes, I know my mic sucks. I'm using my Astros, but I don't know why it sounds so bad, but I'm going to try to fix it in editing, but if I can't, then I'm sorry, but these are good tips, so you don't really have to listen to me. You can just mute it and watch it and figure it out. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so first tip is going to be how to do your 90s. There's a lot of different ways to do 90s, but I found these ones to be the fastest ones. Alright, so first I'll show you the slow ones, and then I'll show you the ones I think are faster. Ghost Bizzle, if you guys don't know who that is, you guys check him out. He's a beast, but the way he does his is he'll do one regular 90, and then he'll do one of these, and go here, do that. He'll do one of those. So, I mean, you can do them either way. I still think that just the regular 90s are, like, just like this. I think these ones are faster, because you don't have to worry about running into the wall. But that's tip number one. Tip number two is how to edit your cones and your floors. So a lot of build fights that you do, you're gonna be doing this, and then you get up here and you're gonna cone and floor yourself. If you do this like this, just this one hole, you're gonna get stuck 9 times out of 10 trying to edit this floor or this square. So the better way to do it is start up here, click this, and then you'll be ready for this one. Alright, so tip number 3, I think, is how to rush somebody who has high ground to try to take the least amount of damage you can. So what it'll look like is this. You put a cone in your wall, bring the wall over, add another stair, cone. So boom, boom, boom. Just like that. It's pretty simple. It's just one good old shuffle. And shuffle again, just like that. So all you do is you'll be double ramping up. You put a cone above your ramp, turn around, put a wall, floor, stair. So you'll be double ramping up, and then you'll put a cone, stair, right? So you get a cone above you, cone in front of you, stair in front of you, and you're on this stair. Okay, so you'll put a floor, stair, and right here is where you have to be fast. That's why you put this cone here, to block yourself off from being shot from high ground at least a tiny bit. But this is where you have to do a good old flick. So you gotta put a wall here, wall here, wall here, wall here, jump, because most likely you'll be like around this, and if you just look up to put a floor, you're gonna be inside of your floor or under it. So you gotta jump, put a floor on a floor, and then you can stair it back up. Alright, so cone, stair, just like that, and then you can cone back up, or ramp back up. So the next tip actually starts from up here. It doesn't really matter where you're at, but say you have high ground, right? And you're trying to get a shot. What you want to do is put a floor and a cone, and then a floor and a cone. You don't have to do 2 cones or whatever, but you just use the cones to get a nice peek on them, because if you're on a cone, right? If you're just on a floor, actually, if you're just on a floor and you're trying to peek them, you have to go out so much because you get this little red X. But if you're on a cone, you don't have to go out that much. You can still shoot way down from way back here, you know, if you're on a cone, and it gives you a better height advantage, and then you can still duck back in, etc. You'll see a lot of ghost members and phase people use this, or really whoever is just build fighting somebody, just to get a peek shot. So that's just a tip to get used to, is to use cones and floors to get a little bit of a height advantage, kind of sort of, for a peek shot. Alright, so this next tip is going to be the Fuefu cone. If you guys don't know this one, then you obviously haven't been on YouTube for a while. But it's pretty simple. There's 2 variations of it. The first one is putting a wall and then a cone, and then keep staring up. So like that. Alright, so you can see it. I'll go from this side. But you can see it blocks off at least one layer. Or if you do the two, it'll block them off from right there. But there's a different variation, which looks like this. Where you do a stair instead of a wall, and then you can do 2 cones. And you keep going, and then stair that, you know. But there's another variation that is you'll be double ramping up. You'll put a stair, a cone, and this is where people mess up when they go for this. You can't edit the cone from down here unless you have your cone out. Alright? So the only way you can edit it is if you have your cone out. And then you'll edit these, and then you'll put another cone. But I don't do this one because, yes, it blocks 3 layers. It blocks 3, so 1, 2, 3. But it's hard to do, especially to keep your momentum. It's actually very difficult to do. But it'll look like this: cone, edit, cone. Or, well, not this cone, but a cone up there. And it's hard to not get this cone right here if you look too high up. But it's really difficult. But if you can get it, hats off to you. I just don't see the point in that one. But it does block 3, so if you can get it, go for it, practice it. But I suggest doing the stair instead of the wall. Alright, so this tip is going to be for build fights if you want to be toxic. Alright, so say somebody is just way up. Alright, say they're just camping up here, camping high ground, you know, shooting you down, all that stuff. We'll just say you're on this level. Alright, what you want to do is you just want to spam cones. Just spam them. Doesn't matter where they go, just keep spamming them. Alright? They'll be so confused, they don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna destroy this and make sure it's not connected to anything. Alright? So you'll have all these cones, right? And you just want to find where it connects, and you just want to start breaking them down. Or you can edit them down if it's yours, and then you can just start going up while they're falling down. You can just start going up, get high ground, easy. Alright, so this one, somebody's going to be ramping up on you, right? And knowing you, probably, I mean, this is what I would do, is I'd probably be up at least one layer above them, following them, you know? And they'll end up getting to probably this before they do anything. Like, they'll probably get to your height or one below. So what you want to do is drop on them, either drop on them, or if they're on your level, just cone them off. Cone them off, and then you can fake them out by doing this. Is you can go for that, drop down with your stair, you know, and get a shot off, put a wall, go back up. Alright? Just like that. So they'll be expecting the double edit on the cone. What you'll do actually is you'll just do this, go over here, boom, shoot, and then get high ground, block yourself off, etc. It's a good way to get some simple damage on somebody when they're not expecting it, and I use it all the time. It works great for me, works very well. And yeah, that's about it for that tip. With this one, you want to do 2. When you get here, you want to put a stair, a cone, a wall, and finish off. And this can work well even late build battle. Like, it doesn't have to be just at the beginning where you're starting your build battle down there. Someone can be rushing you and you're trying to get high ground, right? The other kid that you're build battling, he can be trying to get high ground, and you just gotta hit him with one of those. Hit him with the cone, and then if he's rushing you, he's got nothing to do, so he's gonna have to either side cone or whatever. But that is that tip. It works very well. I use it all the time, and it works very well for blocking people off. Next one looks like this, and then most people put a stair like this and then go up, just like that. So that is those cone jumps. The next thing for cones I can say is getting a shot off and then putting a floor. Because if you can get a shot off, you're already way ahead of the game. So I suggest when you want to do this, put a cone, You're gonna jump, shoot, and then look straight down, so you don't miss the floor. So, just like that. Alright, so if you don't look straight down, you're 9 times out of 10 missing the floor. And that is no bueno. So that's it for the tips and tricks off the top of my head. I can't think of any more right now, but if you guys have some, leave them down in the comments. Let me know. Drop a subscribe, like, comment, whatever. If you guys didn't like the video, drop a dislike. Don't really matter to me. It's all good. But this is my first video. I know the mic's quality is pretty bad, but just stick with me throughout this, and we'll be good. Alright. Peace out, boys. You guys have a good day.